Hello everyone. Today we are going to see an assembly language program to perform the calculation of NCR using recursive calls. So the first instruction of our code is dot model small. This is the memory model which is used to specify that our program needs specific memory. So we are using the memory small. This indicates that our code needs 64 kilobytes of code segment and 64 kilobytes of data segment. The next part is the data segment. Here S1, S2, S3 and S4 all are the strings which are used to display the things which are written inside the double quotation. For strings S2, S3, S4, the 10, 13 written before the string, it is used to specify that our string must be printed onto the next line. Further, N, R are the two variables used to store the value of n and r. Nn and rr are the two values which are used to store the value of n factorial and r factorial. The difference is the name of the variable which is used to store the value of n minus r. Here the data ends. Next is the code segment. We are assuming CS as code and DS as data. Next, the start is the name of the label. The instruction move ax comma data and move ds comma ax are the initialization instructions of our data segment. Further, the instruction lea dx comma s1 is used to load the effective address of the string s1 into the data register dx. The further instruction move ah comma 09, interrupt 21h, move ah comma 01h and interrupt 21h. The first instruction move ah, 09 is used to print a string to the console, and next the interrupt is called to perform the printing of the string. Next instruction move ah, 01h is a service routine which is used to take the input from the user. Then again an interrupt is called. Next the sub al, 30h, this instruction is used to convert the input which we have taken from the user into its appropriate ASCII value. The next instruction move n, al is used to load the value which we have taken from the user into the variable n. Next, the counter register has been loaded with the value of the n. If the user gives the value of n as 0, so we should get an appropriate output. Hence the next instruction move ax, 1h is used. The next instruction is call fact. It is the calling of a procedure which is named as an fact. The next instruction move nn, al. After the calling of the fact procedure, we will be getting the value of the n factorial. So that value is stored in the register al. That value must be stored again into another variable which is named as nn. The next instruction lea dx, s2 is used to get the load effective address of the string 2. And similarly, as we have printed for the first to take the value of n, we are again asking the user to give the value of the r. The value of r is taken from the user and it is again converted into its appropriate ASCII value. The next instruction move r, al is used to move the value of the r into an variable r. Next instruction, we are moving the value of n into ah and comparing the values of al and ah. That is, we are comparing the values of n and r. If the value of n is less than r, then it is an error. So a message should be print that error has been occurred. So the instruction jbp is used to print an error. If there is no error, that is the value of n is greater than r, the further instruction is carried out. In the further instruction, the value of r is loaded to the counter register and the procedure fact is called again. Again the value of r factorial is calculated and the value of r factorial which we get from the factorial procedure is stored in al register. That value is again shifted to the variable named as rr. Now we are moving the value of N and R again to the accumulator register and subtracting the value of AH and AL. That is, we will be getting the value of N minus R. So the value N minus R is stored into the register AH, which is again moved to the variable named as diff. In the next instruction, the value N minus R is placed into the counter register, and again the factorial procedure is called. After calling the factorial procedure, we'll be getting the value of N minus R factorial. So now we need to find out the value of N minus R factorial into R factorial. So the value of RR, that is the R factorial, is moved into the counter register, and the operation mul_cl is used to multiply the value N minus R factorial into R factorial. So we will be getting that value, and that value is again stored into the counter register CL. For the next, we need to find out the value of N factorial divided by N minus R factorial into R factorial. So we have find out the value of N minus R factorial into R factorial. We just need to divide it by N factorial. So the value of N factorial is loaded into the accumulator register AL, and it is divided by the value N minus R factorial into R factorial. So now we will be getting the value of NCR, and that value will be stored in the register AL. The next instruction AAM, it is the ASCII adjust after multiplication. Since we have performed the multiplication and division operations, there are the probabilities or chances that the ASCII value has been changed. So it must be adjusted, so our output must be correct. In the next instruction, move BX, AX is used to clear the value which is present into the accumulator register, so that that register can be used for the termination statements. Next, as we have got the value of NCR, we need to print the value of NCR. The next instruction LEA DX, S4 is used to load the effective address of the string 4 into the data register. Now the string 4 is printed on the screen. Afterwards, an interrupt is called to perform that operation. Next, the instruction add BX, 3030H. This instruction converts the ASCII value into the decimal value, so that we will be getting the correct output. The next instruction move AL, BH. This instruction is used to print the single character which is present in the register BH. Now again the value which is present in the BL, that must be printed out. So the next instruction move DL, BL is performed, and afterwards an display routine is called with an interrupt, so that the value which is present in the BL has been displayed. The next instruction is jump instruction, jump exit. After the above instructions are completed, the program jumps to the label exit. So next PE is an label which is used to print if the value of N is less than R. So here the load effective address of the string S3 is loaded into the register DX, and an interrupt is called to print that the error has been occurred since value of N is less than R. The next exit is the name of the label which has the termination of our code move AH, 4CH and int 21H. This instruction makes the termination of our program, and an interrupt is called to complete it. Next, fact PROC. Here the fact is the name of the procedure followed by the keyword PROC. In this, the next instruction compare CL, 0H. This is used to compare whether the counter register is 0 or not. If the counter register is 0, then we should jump to another label named as F0. If it is not, the next instruction mul_cl loop F is executed. This means that we need to find the value of factorial. If we have taken the value in the counter register as 5, so we must get 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it must be looping continuously until the value of counter register becomes 0. Once the counter register value is 0, the return instruction returns the control back to the line or the code which it has called. Now as the F label has been executed, the next label is F0, which is again a return instruction. when the F0 label has been called, the return instruction is executed that states that the control of the program gets back to the line or the code which has called the procedure. So next is the fact end P. This is the end of the procedure factorial. So next are the terminating sentences, that is code ends and end starts. This states that our program, that is the code segment, has ended and the label named as start, it has also been ended. So now we will see the execution of the program. So these instructions are carried out to create an file named as ncr.asm, which is an assembly language program. This is our code which we have seen above. Now we'll typing the instruction masm file name.asm with the semicolon. This is used to check whether we are having any sort of errors. It may be warning or severe errors. If there are no errors, we will be continuing our program. If errors are found, then the program must be debugged. The next instruction, link ncr.obj, is used to link the objective file of our program ncr. This instruction is used to see whether we are having any of these tag segment included in our program or not. Now we will be checking the output for three conditions. First condition, the value of n is greater than r. Second, the value of n and r both are 0. And the third condition, the value of n is less than r. In the first condition, n is 4, r is 2. We will be getting value ncr is 6. In the second condition, the value of n and r both are 0. We will be getting the value as 1. In the third condition, the value of n is 2.